Hi warriors, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a really great yoga flow for you today. I can't decide if I want to call it a hip and heart opener or vulnerability and freedom. I might call it vulnerability and freedom and then let you know that this is a hip and heart opening series or sequence. So for this practice, you are going to need to elevate your hips slightly. I have a blanket here. You could use a pillow, you could use a block, you could use a blanket, you could use a bolster. Whatever you've got that lifts your hips above your knees in a seated position is all right with me. So make your way down to the mat. In a seated cross-legged position, if you have that support handy now, would be a good time to prop it up underneath your hips. There we go. Reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin slightly to your chest and bring your shoulder blades together and drop them down towards your waist. Soften your gaze or close your eyes altogether. And begin to deepen your breath very slowly, deeply, and evenly, in and out through your nose. Taking note of the qualities of your breath, the temperature of the air, the depth of your breath, and where your breath travels or doesn't travel within your body. And as you begin to connect your mind to your body through your breath, briefly scan your body through your mind's eye, taking note of any body parts you may need to honor today, acknowledging that you are the guardian of your body and your practice, and are free to modify or opt out of any pose you see fit today. Take 2 more breaths here. And at the end of your second exhale, very slowly, take your chin all the way down to the center of your chest. And on your inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder, reaching your ear for your shoulder while you drop your left elbow down towards your hip or your mat. Big deep breaths here through the left side of your neck, shoulder blade, top of your shoulder. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, take your chin back down to the center of your chest very slowly. And inhale your left ear to your left shoulder, reaching down for your shoulder while your right elbow this time reaches down towards your right hip or your mat. Exhale, return your chin to the center of your chest. Inhale your head up over your shoulders and very slowly open your eyes if you've closed them. Bring your palms in front and to face you. Interlace your fingertips and flip your palms away from you. Press your palms away from you while you tuck your chin, round your spine. Bring your belly button in towards your front spine, like a seated version of cat. And on your next inhale, reach both palms up towards the ceiling. Take them up as high as you can. And now check in on your shoulders. See where they are? They're pretty up there, aren't they? Drop them down towards your waist, but you're still reaching up through the palms. Big inhale, big lift. And on your exhale, unlace your fingertips, take your right hand to the mat and reach your left palm up and over to the right side. Tuck your shoulder behind your back. You can gaze straight side or look up at your bicep, your choice. On your next inhale, come back to center. And exhale, reach your left hand behind. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Inhale to lift. And exhale, twist. Push against the left side, or your left knee, I should say. Lifting through the crown of your head. Big inhale, big lift. And exhale. Release your twist. Interlace your palms or your fingers again. Flip your palms away from you. Inhale, reach straight up this time. Remember, we're reaching up through our palms, and then we're going to drop our shoulders down towards our waist. Pull your ribs in. Reaching up out of your hips. Big inhale, big lift. And on your exhale, unlace your fingers, plant your left palm and inhale your right arm up and over, tucking your right shoulder. Gaze can be in front or up overhead, your choice. Back up to center. Exhale, take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand sweeps back behind. Inhale, lift through the crown of your head. Exhale, pull against or push against your left knee. Right knee. Maybe I'll get that right this practice. Big deep breaths through your twists here. Big inhale, big lift. And exhale, release your twist. Come back to center. Rock forward onto your hands and knees. You can go ahead and ditch your blanket for now. We will need it later, unless you want to keep it for your knees. That's entirely up to you. Hands underneath your shoulders. And instead of doing this traditional cat-cow, we kind of already covered that. We're gonna make circles. So we're gonna inhale, drop our belly, lift our nose and tailbone. And then on your exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, and this is where we'll start our circles. Lean to the left or right, it doesn't matter. And when you come down through center, bend your elbows, drop your belly, lift your chin. And then when you come back up on the other side, tuck your chin, round your spine, tuck your pelvis. And then at the bottom, belly down. At the top, belly in. Same direction for your circles. Take your time here, nice and slow. And then reverse your circles. Again, taking your time here. That's what's great about this practice, is that this time is entirely devoted to you and your practice of yoga. So take your time. You've got nothing else to do. Come back to center on your inhale, and on your exhale, shift your weight into your left knee and extend your right toes back behind you. I want you to really press your toes into your mat and reach your left heel back behind you to the wall behind you, and then press into your palms, push into your heel, and reach the back of your right knee up towards the ceiling. Really opening up the back of the leg here. Opening up your calf. And on your next inhale, release, come forward. Exhale, cross your right foot over your left. Look back at your right foot over your left shoulder. Maybe you even lean a little bit to the right side of your mat. And if you'd rather make this a detoxing stretch or a twist stretch, you can shift your weight into your right hand and lift up your left. But if you're really enjoying that right side body stretch, you can just stay here and keep leaning. It's your warm-up. Choose your adventure. Big inhale. And on your exhale, come back to center. Take your right knee back to meet your left and extend your left toes back behind you this time. Left heel pressing to the wall behind you. Press into both palms, shift your weight into your left heel and reach the back of your left leg up towards the ceiling. Opening up the left side this time. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release. Come back to center and inhale, cross your left leg over your right foot. Exhale, lean to the left side of your mat and look over your right shoulder at your left foot. Again, if you've got some sins to detox, you can reach your right arm up, take the twist, or you can keep your right hand down on the mat and just enjoy that left side body stretch. Big inhale from here. We've already opened up the back of our legs a lot, so this should feel pretty good. Nothing new here, right? Take a big inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes, and on your exhale, drive both heels down towards your mat. Remember, rotating your biceps, lifting your tailbone. On your next exhale, shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale your right heel high, toes point down, three-legged downward facing dog. Really reaching and extending out through your right heel and dropping your left heel down at the same time. Big inhale. Exhale, pull your right knee into your chest Step your right foot to the top of your mat and sink your left knee down for a low crescent lunge. Inhale your arms up, stacking your wrists over your shoulders. And on your exhale, sweep your hands back behind you, interlace your fingertips, and reach your knuckles toward the back of your left knee. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift through the center of your chest. Strong neck here, don't allow your head to just drop. Big inhale. Exhale, unlace your fingertips. Allow them to float to the sides and plant your left palm down on the mat. Inhale your right arm up. Your choice if you want to keep this left knee down on the mat or lift it. You're entirely up to you. Yogi's choice. Big inhale. And exhale. Take your right hand back down to meet the left. Pivot on the feet to the left side of your mat, coming to a wide-legged forward fold. And if you notice, your legs might be cattywampus on your mat. That's okay. Walk them back in even. And walk your toes in slightly and heels out slightly. Hands underneath your shoulder. And very much how we just did in downward facing dog, I want you to think about tipping your tailbone up toward the back of your head, tucking your chin. Gaze is back in between your legs at the wall behind you. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Palms come underneath the shoulders. They should still be there. And on your exhale, I want you to bend your left knee or your back knee. Plant your right palm and inhale your left arm up. Opening up our right inner thigh here. Nice twist. Shoulders are relaxing out of our ears. Big inhale. And exhale. Take your left hand back down to meet your right. Walk through your wide-legged forward fold. Pivot your feet to the top of your mat and come back into your low lunge. Take your right hand inside your right foot and rest your hips, or I don't want to say rest, but press your hips forward and down. You can set your knee down if you like. We're going to take a very gentle lizard's pose. So I'd like for you to stay here. If you like, you can come down to your forearm. Maybe you just do one forearm, maybe you do two. I don't want you to get too crazy here. And in fact, this might be enough for you today with your hands underneath your shoulders. I want you to focus more on opening your hips, pressing them forward and down and keeping them square than being yoga Barbie today. Okay. Once we've had enough of that, we are going to step our right knee up over our right hip in a three-legged downward facing dog. So power off your left knee, step it up and back. So your right toes are reaching for your left shoulder this time. Left heel reaches down to the mat. Right knee reaches up toward your head. Big inhale. And on your exhale, bring your right knee up to meet your right wrist for pigeon pose and extend your left toes back behind you. Now, pigeon can be pretty intense. I've said it before, I'll say it a million times. Don't feel like you have to commit to this. You can bend your back knee. Just focus on keeping your hips square and really working on stretching your right hip. You can keep your left toes back behind you, but if you're leaning, grab your blanket, prop it up underneath the hip to which you are leaning, and that should straighten you out. Find what works for you in your body today on this side. I know, very specific. Tense your fingertips to either side. Inhale, lift through the center of your chest. And on your exhale, hinge forward. Finding a comfortable place to hang out for a few breaths. So that might be on your forearms. That might be forehead to the back of your hands. Wherever you end up, you might just end up right here, hands underneath your shoulders. That's fine too. Wherever you are though, I want you to think about taking your left hip forward and down to the mat while you take your right hip back toward the foot behind you or the foot reaching behind you. Opening up the hips here, taking big deep breaths. Taking a moment of stillness to enjoy pigeon pose. Connecting to your right hip. Creating space through the breath. Couple more breaths here. And on your exhale, return your hands underneath your shoulders if they're not there already. Inhale your shoulders up over your wrist, and on your exhale, lean to the right side and extend your left foot out to the left side. Right hand, left hand goes to your right knee. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over. Strong flex in your left foot, extending out through your right fingertips, and like we did in our warm-up, pulling against the knee, taking the shoulder behind us to really open up this whole right side body. And on your next inhale, return to center, shoulders over hips. This is the point where you need your support or your blanket. Come put it underneath your hips, and I want you to cross your left leg over your right. So the white people name for this is called fire log pose, and the idea is that you're stacking your shins on top of each other as opposed to in cross easy pose, they're not, right? So this is quite intense, and you might feel like you need to take your bottom foot and walk it in towards your left hip. That's perfectly okay. Keep your right or your left heel or left ankle stacked over your right knee, and as you make space, maybe you can move your right foot up underneath your left knee. If not, no big deal. Sit up nice and tall in your hips. Hands rest gently on the legs. And from here, this is just a great stretch right now. You don't have to do anything from here except enjoy this stretch. If you want, you can take your left hand to your left knee and gently press your left knee down. And if you notice, nothing happened, right? You didn't see anything profound or significant happen, but I'm telling you, in my body, something profound and significant is happening, right? So, just like football, yoga is a game of inches, but I would argue it's a game of millimeters, and sometimes they're internal millimeters. You just see nothing on the outside. Big deep breaths, opening up your left hip. Big inhale, big lift through the crown of your head. And exhale, you can release the height. Grab your leg, I'll call it your leg baby, by your knee and your foot, and very slowly, gently, rock your leg baby from side to side. That was a pretty intense stretch for your left hip, so we need to get some mobility back into it before we ask it to do other things. All right, we're not even gonna go through downward facing dog. We're gonna go straight into the next side. So take your left foot or your leg, baby, step it to the top of your mat, and kick or step your right foot to the back of your mat. Move your blanket. Right foot goes to the back of your mat. Turn around here so you can see. All right, we're pressing our hip into the mat, or pressing our hip forward and down. Low lunge here. Take your right knee down to the mat and inhale your hands up over your shoulders. Low crescent lunge on the left side. Take a big inhale from here. And on your exhale, sweep your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers, but do it in the weird way, in the non-dominant way. Press your knuckles toward the back of your right knee, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and lift through the center of your chest, opening the heart here. Hip and heart at the same time. Wow, we're so talented, aren't we? Big inhales. And on your exhale, unlace your fingertips, float them up. It's kind of a fun sensation. And then plant your right palm, left hand reaches up. You can keep your right leg down on the mat, or your right knee down on the mat, or you can pop it up for a twist. Big inhale. And exhale, take your left hand down to the mat, pivot to the right side. Now, again, your toes are probably cattywampus. That's okay. Walk your feet in even. Toes in, heels out, hands underneath your shoulders. Now this time, since we've been here before and our legs are starting to feel a little bit more open, I want you to find a way to push yourself in this stretch. Find your own best edge, as the yogis say. And on your next inhale, hands below the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your back right knee, plant your left palm, and inhale your right arm up and back, opening up your inner left thigh this time. Big inhale. And exhale. Bring your right hand down to meet your left. Walk through wide-legged forward fold. Pivot your toes to the top of your mat and come into that low crescent lunge. Walk your left foot out to the left side of your mat. And this is again where you can come into your diet version of lizard. Or maybe you go for it on this side since we're a little more warmed up. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. I really just want you focusing on opening up the hips, not being an Instagram yoga model, although that is fun. I get it. And from here, take your hands underneath your shoulders if they're not there already. Pop up off your right knee and stack your left knee over your left hip in three-legged downward facing dog. Reaching your left toes for your right shoulder, lifting your left knee while you drive your right heel down towards your mat. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, take your left knee to your left wrist for pigeon pose. Right toes reach toward the back of your mat, or not. Maybe you bend your right knee. You come to this Z-sit position. or you come extend it all the way and you need to grab that blanket and prop it up underneath your hip. Whatever you gotta do. Tense your fingertips, inhale, lift through the center of your chest like we did earlier, and on your exhale, hinge forward, coming into a spot that feels comfortable for you on this side. Remember, we wanna take our right hip forward and down, and our left hip back. So you could even take your left thumb, plug it into your left hip. Let me turn around so you can see. Take your left thumb, plug it into your left hip right there, that hip crease, and then push your left hip away from you down toward the back of your mat. And when you do that, it kind of automatically takes your right hip more forward and down. So play with that or not. You do you. It's your practice, all right? Big deep breaths here, creating space in your left hip. Couple more breaths here. And on your next exhale, take your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale your shoulders over your wrists, and on your exhale, shift your weight to the left and extend your right toes out to the right side. Not in front, but to the side. Right hand to your left knee. Inhale, sweep your left arm up and over towards your right toes. Strong flex in your right toes, and same like we did in our warm-up, tuck your shoulder, reach through your left fingertips and pull against your knee. Use your own body as leverage to stretch your own body. Isn't that cool? No? It's just me. And on your next inhale, come back up to center. Rock forward slightly, grab your support or your blanket, prop it up underneath your hips, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee for fire log pose. Again, you can take this right foot, walk it out further if you have more space, or if you're like lefty doesn't have much space to give me right now, take it back towards your right hip, okay? Find what feels good, find what feels challenging but not painful on this side. Sit up nice and tall, take a big inhale. And on your exhale, settle in, keep your height, or on your exhale, you can take your right hand and very gently press your right knee down toward the mat or your left ankle, opening up your right hip this time. It's really important here that you extend up through the crown of your head so you're not kind of dumping your low ribs into your hips. We want to think of length, extension, space. Ugh, that came out weird. Space. Big inhale, big lift. And exhale. You can release some of the height, release your knee. Take your right leg, baby. Rock her side to side, or him, whatever. Side to side, opening up your hip. And this time we're gonna step our right foot down at the top of our mat. Step our left foot back behind us in a low lunge, removing your blanket. And then our right foot steps back for a high plank. Really reach your heels toward the back of your mat, again, like we did in our warm-up. Pull your belly in towards your spine. So see right now how my tailbone's kind of lifted? I'm not engaging my core at all. Pull your belly in, make your tailbone disappear, press down to come up, Firm up your quads and inner thighs. And on your next inhale, rock forward over your wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower all the way down onto your belly. Keep your hands underneath your shoulder. Untuck your toes one at a time. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Squeeze your glutes and drive your elbows down towards your hips. And on your inhale, lift up. Cobra pose, baby cobra for now. Keeping your chin tucked, spine nice and long. Shoulders are out of your ears. Big inhale, big lift. And exhale. Lower all the way down onto your mat. Extend your left hand out to the left side, keeping your right arm underneath you. Take an inhale from here, walk your hips in, and on your exhale, press down against your right palm, rock onto your left side. Stacking your hips, chest opening pose, so you can keep your hips stacked like this, or you can kickstand your right foot behind your left leg. You can take your right hand that's down in front of your face, you can reach it up overhead on the mat, up overhead in the air, or spiciest version would be to give yourself a high five behind your back. Again, choose your own adventure. Here's another thing you can do if you aren't feeling overwhelmed yet. Take your bottom foot and stick it in to the crook of your right knee. I'll show you on the other side when we switch. And that way you can press your right knee away from you, opening your hip all at the same time. There's so much happening in this pose. Big inhale. And then on your exhale, unbind yourself if you have one. Rotate back onto the center of the torso and bring both hands underneath your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet and your pubic bone into the mat. Squeeze your glutes, lift your chest, shoulders descend down the back. Cobra, big boy cobra, whatever. Chin stays tucked so the spine is long. Shoulders stay relaxed. And if you find them creeping up, try coming down a little bit so that they have room to move. A lot of times, the reason they're up in your ears is because they don't have anywhere else to go, you know? Big inhale. And exhale. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Keep your left hand underneath your shoulder. Extend your right arm out to the right side this time. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, press down against your left hand, rock onto your right side, stacking your left hip over your right. You can stay here or kickstand your left foot behind. Left hand can stay in front of your face on the mat. Reach up overhead on the mat, up overhead in the air, or give yourself a high five back behind you. And this is what I referenced earlier. You can take your bottom foot or your right foot and stick it into the crook of your left knee, like so. And then you can use your foot, your bottom foot, to open or press your left knee away from you. So we're opening our hip even more. Big inhale. And on your exhale, release your binds if you've got any. Make your way back to the center of your torso. One more thing before we get up from this position. Take your hands and reach them back by your hips and press the tops of your feet into your mat. Tuck your chin, squeeze your glutes and press your pubic bone into the mat, and I want you to lift your chest. Relaxing your shoulders, Don't hold your breath here. It's tempting. Keep breathing. Big inhale, big lift of your chest. Reach fingertips toward the back of your mat. And exhale. Lower all the way down. Stack your palms. Forehead to the back of your hands. Now we're going to do the same thing, but for our lower body. We're going to press the same pubic bone into the mat. Really squeeze your glutes. Point your toes. And on your next inhale, lift both feet off the mat as high as you can. Squeezing your glutes like you have $1 million bill and you don't want me to come take it. Big inhale, big lift, and exhale. Lower all the way down. Now we're going to combine the two. Take your hands back by your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Emotionally prepare yourself, and on your inhale, press your pubic bone in, relax your shoulders, reach down towards your toes while your toes reach away from your hands. Locust pose. Big inhale, big lift, and exhale. Lower all the way down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press down to come up through tabletop pose, and then exhale, child's pose. And we're going for traditional child's pose here. So bring your inner thighs in, inner knees into touch. Rest the chest, your chest, on the tops of your thighs. Forehead comes down to your mat. Hands sweep back by your feet. Take big, deep breaths through your back ribs, expanding the skin, reaching the back ribs up towards the ceiling, breathing through the side ribs, feeling gravity take our shoulders to either side of our knees, just letting it all go. On your next inhale, tuck your toes. Rock up onto the crown of your head and reach both hands for each heel. We're going into rabbit pose. So rabbit pose is about creating this internal tension to stretch and open up your back. So you're going to pull against your heels while your heels push into your hands. And while that happens, you're going to lift your hips up toward the front of your mat. Rock more onto the crown of your head and pull your belly button in towards your front spine. Say hello to your lower back. You're even opening up your mid-thoracic spine here. Big inhale, big lift of the hips, big pull. And exhale. Release your grip on the heels. Untuck your toes and float your hands up overhead to the top of your mat for extended child's pose. If you want, you can separate your knees, giving your chest some space. Your choice. We're almost done here. Inhale your gaze in between your hands and tuck your toes. Exhale, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, begin to walk your hands and feet into touch. Big toes touch, heels out wide, big bend in your knees. Grab onto opposite elbows. Ragdoll, tuck your chin, look back in between your knees, sway side to side. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten out the feet. Exhale, bend your knees. Take your seat all the way down to your heels. Come to a seated position at the center of your mat. And we'll lower all the way down onto our back for our last sequence. All right. We're on our back, soles of the feet are touching the mat. Hug your knees into your chest, one knee at a time. Rock side to side. Using your core here, draw your belly button back down towards the front of your spine to press your lower lumbar spine into the mat. Exhale, return the soles of the feet down to the mat. Extend your arms out to the side in a T or goalpost or cactus, whatever your space permits. And cross your right ankle over your left knee. Big inhale here at the center, and on your exhale, take your right foot down to the left side. And inhale, come back up to center. Exhale your right knee down to the right side. And inhale, come back to center. Cross your right leg over your left like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, pick up your hips and shift them 2 inches to the left on your mat and take both knees down to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, shift your hips back to center and uncross your legs. Take your left ankle over your right knee. Big inhale from here. And on your exhale, take your left knee down to the left side. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take your left foot down to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Cross your left leg over your right. Inhale, pick up your hips and shift them 2 inches to the right this time. And exhale, bring both knees down to the left. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, shift your hips back to center. Uncross your legs. Hug your knees into your chest and take your version of happy baby. So that might be you grab behind the knees, calves, ankles, or full expression, soles of the feet. Wherever you can grab though, I want you to pull your knees down to either side of your torso. And at the same time, think of taking the very tip of your tailbone and flattening it toward the mat or down to the mat, or reaching the very tip of your tailbone toward the top of your mat, however you want to look at it. Choose your own adventure here, rock side to side. Extending your legs maybe, maybe not. Just working out the wiggles before we get into Shavasana. Couple more breaths here, even out your sides. And on your next exhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Inhale, lift your shoulders off the mat. Give yourself a big hug. Take an inhale and hold your breath at the top. Feeling the lungs expand into the thighs and the thighs pressing into the lungs. And when you can't hold your breath anymore, sigh it out through your mouth. Be as loud as you can, you're at home. Extend your legs long down the mat. Taking your muscles to that nice contracted position to this also nice, completely relaxed position. Extend your feet long. Pick up your chest slightly and bring your shoulders together and down towards your waist. Pick up your head slightly and tuck your chin to your chest. Set it back down. Palms can face up or down. Soften the gaze or close your eyes altogether. And lastly, surrender your breath and the weight of your body to your mat as you enjoy these last few moments in Shavasana. When you're ready, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And begin to roll out your wrists and ankles. Inhale your arms overhead. Bring your heels into touch. Point your toes, lower back curls off your mat. And on your exhale, hug your knees into your chest one at a time, rocking side to side, rolling your lower spine out. And when you're ready, roll to your right hand side. Make your way to a comfortable seated position where we'll take one final breath together. Reach the crown of the head up towards your ceiling and tuck your chin slightly. Bring your shoulders together and drop them down towards your waist and extend your arms long by your sides. Inhale your palms up overhead to touch. And exhale, lower them down to the center of your chest and bow your head to your open heart. Thank you for joining me in this wonderful hip and heart opening practice today. Be in a state of gratitude for all of the amazing things that our bodies were able to do for us today. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to smash that like button. Bye. Oh, and smash that subscribe button too. Thanks. Mwah.